And Pakistan's defense minister has said no meeting of the top military and civil body overseeing the country's nuclear arsenal had been scheduled. And this is following a military operation against India earlier in the day. Pakistan's military earlier said that the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, had called on the authority to meet. But now the Information Minister, Ataullah Tarar, did not respond immediately to a request for a comment. This is the latest that has come in, viewers, that Pakistan's defense minister has said that no meeting of the top military and civil body overseeing the country's nuclear arsenal is scheduled. And this comes after news of the Pakistani Prime Minister calling for the National Command Authority meeting, NCA, which is essentially responsible for Pakistan's nuclear arsenal. This was the news that had been doing the round since the morning, making headlines that Shehbaz Sharif is looking for a meeting with all the leadership in his nuclear arsenal. Now, the defense minister of Pakistan comes out saying that no such meeting was being planned. Was there international pressure? Was there some other reason behind this sudden U-turn? Because U-turns we've seen Pakistan make in plenty. This one being the latest, that the defense minister in Pakistan is saying that this meeting was never scheduled. All right, I'll cut across now to Sidhant Sibbal, who's our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs. Sidhant, yet another U-turn from Pakistan. The defense minister saying the NCA meeting was never scheduled for the nuclear arsenal in Pakistan. Give us more.
Well, yes, U-turn is something that is a hallmark of Pakistani establishment. In fact, after the Indian side had made strikes on 7th of May, there were several comments by the Pakistani defense minister. But Pakistani defense minister, information minister, all of them have a little difficulty in terms of speaking about what they want to say, what they want to talk about. And the U-turns, of course, have been something that they have been doing several times. Now, essentially, the nuclear threat is something that Pakistan has been giving. This is not the first time. After the Pahalgam terror attack, we saw the Pakistani ambassador, sitting ambassador to Russia, saying that we have nuclear weapons. So clearly, off and on, they come out with the nuclear threat, but India has called the bluff, and that is very clearly done with the strikes India has done. Deep strikes in Pakistan multiple times, the first since 1971 war.
And definitely, Sidhant, the kind of actions that Pakistan is taking on its front, the means that they're resorting to, whether it's their disinformation campaign, whether it's using international flights to keep them active in its own airspace as they go to war with India, it only, and of course, the kind of seeds of discord they're trying to sow within India, it only shows Pakistani desperation at this point, while we also hear that they're pushing their troops forward.
Correct. Of course, in fact, the Pakistani media right now is full of misinformation, and the leadership, of course, it looks like has been backing it as well. But situation, let's see if it calms down, because it is up to Pakistan to make de-escalation. So far, we haven't seen that. But all in all, the invincibility of the Pakistani military has been smashed by the Indian side, by the Indian military in last 4 days.
Sidhant, also the religious tones that, Pakistan has tried to take time and again. And it started right on the 16th of April when Asim Munir made that first address talking about a communal divide. And then we heard what the terrorists on 22nd of April said, checking religion first and then killing people who could not recite kalmas. And then we've heard of Pakistan targeting gurdwaras, not just in the Poonch district, but also we've hearing that they were targeting in Amritsar as well, because Amritsar has been in the trajectory of Pakistan's fire night after night. Repeatedly, they are targeting Amritsar. And Amritsar, we're talking about Punjab here and Jammu and Kashmir. This is what the Foreign Secretary also mentioned earlier in the day today. He mentioned these two regions, Amritsar, the state, and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan is really desperately trying to bring some kind of a divide based on religion inside India, but India seems too strongly intact with its armed forces this time around. There is a very, very ingrained emotion here within every citizen that we stand together with the armed forces. I think everyone's seeing through what Pakistan's so desperately trying to do.
Well, yes, in terms of the attacks on temples and, of course, the holy city of Amritsar is something that has not gone unnoticed. Essentially, we know that Pakistan, with its own two-nation theory, something that the Pakistani military, the army chief has spoken about last month only, shows that how this is largely a very communal thought process that India is fighting. And we know that earlier today also, if you look at the visuals that are being released by the so-called Pakistani security sources. All these visuals of attacking India, they begin with the very religious overtones as well. So essentially, religion is being played in every aspect by the Pakistani side, which is very dangerous as well. But India, being a secular country, has been able to withstand these forces in the past as well. 1999, 1971, 65, 1947. So essentially, there is a history, and India has been able to defeat that. Something that the Indian Foreign Secretary mentioned during his press briefing.
Sidhant, thanks so much for getting us the latest. I'll come back to you later in the day as we have more developments.